upset that he's being left alone in the shop
Mm-hmm.
to tend to these people, especially tend with Duncan. He doesn't. There's something about Duncan that he doesn't, agree with. You don't get exactly what it is. It's just like, I don't like this guy.
Yeah, I wonder what it could be.
Besides also the fact that he's a foreigner, right? It's like, you're a bunch of foreigners. He's thinking, okay, these smelly foreigners are in the shop, and I'm alone, and the master, because he's the apprentice. So they had to deal with these people. So that's the first thing. Second thing, as Gregory sort of bombarding with these questions, that he has no idea where the boss gets their stuff, right? But he does get images of different things that are very rare. One of them is a medallion that is essentially it's a lion face, but has rays around the face. As if it was sort of aura or illumination, right? And sort of these sort of wavy lines that come out of this face, and it's in gold. So and actually he was packing all this stuff, and he looked at it, and it actually was resplendent. It was like, oh wow, it's very shiny. Exactly what it's supposed to mean, you have no idea, but it's really stuck into his mind. Right? Like, wow, this is an expensive piece. But however, one of the things is that his master has not put it up to sale. I think that's what he wants. Like, it should be. Maybe he's going to offer it to Vash, right? To the Madame Vash, Ton or somewhere else. But he's not really sure, right? Something like this could be put to sale. I mean, if he's putting something, he thinks it's about the same price as the Yates statue. So it's like, of course, why isn't he put in a store? Or why has he, why did he have it here? And it's actually one of the things that now that you see to remember, he put in and his master was packing to leave, right? And the fact that he sort of decided to just go up and leave. I mean, his master seemed to go often in these trips, but they seem to be more planned. This one seemed like, I need to get the heck out of here. But he's just an employee, so if his boss decides he wants to, I don't know, spend 5 days eating pizza or something, that's his business. There's only so much he's no too low. But that one particular shiny medallion of sorts really intriguing.
Yeah, that Spencer will give this. He'll verbally describe it via thought sending to both Duncan and Gregory, because one of them might want to bring it up, and he'll stress how it's like first and foremost in this merchant's mind.
Very interesting. Trying to set up like the gears turning here with like this little piece. Never heard of this thing before. Actually, that's a reasonable question. Random thought, academics. Do I have any idea what this thing could be or who it's associated with?
You could try, but it is with academics it's difficult. Okay. And also, are you going to try to? Well, oh yeah, you can help. You can do the mind thing. Yeah. You don't have to discuss it in front of this guy. Yeah.
Yeah. There's also supernatural, if that's the case.
Supernatural would work for this.
All right. So what about those 3 dice then? Mind, academic, supernatural. Would that make sense?
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm looking to know things. I got 3 dice. 3 successes. Of course, I'm interested in shiny lion-shaped things.
You should add a D8 to that just in case you need another success.
Sure.
Because I can confer with you secretly. Bum, bum, bum.
4 successes.
Yeah. Normally, this is not your bailiwick, but because religion and magic cross over, this is clearly a symbol of heliocentric worship.
Right.
What clues it in is the fact that it's in gold, so it's brilliant. It's supposed to be brilliant like the sun, and the wavy lines that they're described. Right, it's like a face that it's covered in these wavy lines that are supposed to be the rays of the sun. Right. So clearly it's heliocentric. You don't know specifically, because heliocentrism is not something that's practiced in the Isles, but you have read about stuff like this.
Yeah,
also
and
his-
I imagine like as part of like elementalism and fire,
Yeah,
it's
there's-
like there are these groups, and this group uses fire, and they exist. They
Yeah.
loved putting themselves on fire.
Mhm.
Just
So-
for out of character clarification, real quick, heliocentrism is not connected to heliodromancy, or is it connected to heliodromancy?
It is.
I think he's just
It
using
is.
it
It's
for
it's the worship of Anu.
Well, I'm
Anu.
sorry. You mean heliocentrism, as in the idea that the sun is the center of the universe?
Well, I know in heliodromancy, the sun is like the all god powerful thing.
Yeah,
but-
heliotropes are those who worship helium.
Yeah, a
Yes.
heliotrope is someone who appreciates or likes the sun. A heliodrome is somebody who worships the sun. Heliocentrism is the idea that the sun is the center of the universe. And in the only star chart included in the Ironclaw book, it's geocentric.
Yeah, I know that. I remember you put that in there. All right, so this is probably something that could be from that cult then. Oh joy. Okay, that's my out of character thought. Thank you.
Okay. So I think Gregory probably isn't gonna like bring it up, but he's definitely going to like continue talking about things and just be interested in them and go, yes, of course, this, that.
And he makes out a
and-
lot for all this stuff. This place, the J stat is probably the most expensive thing here. You know,
Mhm.
a lot of stuff is just knickknacks. It'll be under 100 dinars, right? Which is expensive for a lot of people. Because we're talking about a month and a half of wages or more. But not something that somebody, who is at least work, has a business or some like nobility, you could pick up a couple of these things and, you could do the thing where you could like have a shopping cart and go like, and get like 4 or 5 into your shopping cart. It's like, how much for this? Right. So, yeah. So
All
there's
right.
that.
So Duncan, you're doing your transaction. You're getting a jade lion out of all this, and
Jade Snake.
jade
yes.
snake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
With wording and letters on it, if I remember correctly. So there's
Yeah, some kind of, when you look at it again, it's like, you think it's letters because each one of these groupings of like scratchings are distinct.
Mhm.
But they're not written in a way that they look like somebody making like crosses and X's and stuff like that, and little boxes
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it's like very
Right.
very rare to understand.
but I bet we could find a way to translate it.
Yeah.
We have access to universities and churches and libraries because we're smart, or pretend to be.
That's actually part of the reason why I wanted to buy it. The other part was now we have leverage if we need to trade antiques, if it's real.
So there's that.
Mhm.
So that's what you got from him, right? Both upfront and through Ein.
Yes.
So you're not going to bring up the medallion?
Probably not to them, no. And I'm definitely, if you start we're going that way, I'll just kind of like give you like a signal of like let's move on to something else. And
Alrighty.
later on, imagine if we conclude business at this point, I'd probably like bring it back up to you and go, well, that sort of confirms who they ought to be, I think.
You're talking about based upon what
Spencer found, yes. So why did we think they might not be heliotropes?
We have no way of knowing for sure. The
Uh,
evidence points to it being that, though.
I think that's a Vesper question. Vesper, what was in your mind that ruled them out from being heliotropes before?
I haven't ruled them out as being heliodromes.
Okay.
Like the fact that when they attacked, okay, so heliodromes are people who believe that they should return to the old faith of heliodromancy. In the East, the Averdapaw were a loose connection of several tribes, all united by the faith of heliodromancy. When the faith of Salmair rose up and became more popular. I mean, I probably would assert the correct faith, but nevertheless, some people reacted to this because numerous political issues and that sort of thing. And so that boiled down to the heliodromes still exist. There are a resistance movement who still circulate their kinds of spells. They were a founding
Oh, right.
philosophers.
I think I know what it was then. It was because they didn't kill everyone.
Well,
That was what you were thinking before, I think, right?
there's other issue. There's other nuances to it that Vesper can't tell you because the Heliodromes oppose a church that owns property.
Mm-hmm.
That only people should own property, not corporations or churches. But that's another
How
issue.
dare!
Right. But so if the Heliodromes attacked a bunch of paladins, they probably would have made a political issue out of it, of saying that, hey, we're here to kill you because you guys suck and we hate you. But there's nothing in the documentation that says that. I mean, normally Heliodromes would make a big issue of doing this. So I'm not saying that they might not have been involved and there might not have been trained agents and that sort of thing. It's just that's what's standing out to me as the unusual thing, that you would think a bunch of church haters would take advantage and be very obvious about their church hating. The fact that they weren't obvious about it is the one thing that makes me a little suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
It also makes me suspicious of the account because, well, and also another way to flip it around is, this is only their account. If somebody lost the tablets, some of that, you could just say, it was lost in a raid by terrorists, and just write that down. There's too many known unknowns for me here. It's kind of like, like nothing in their account rings false, but there's some things in the account that bother me that they don't ring as true as they could. And once again, this is all just speculation. What we do know is the tablets disappeared and we were attacked by high-level elementalists. But
and they do fit.
Right.
Yeah.
But a high-level elementalist might, the way the attack is orchestrated here, it sounds more like high-level elementalists than it sounds like Heliodromes.
Mm-hmm. So we do have two avenues on this particular piece, though, I think. The first would, of course, be Duncan could simply watch and follow, see where people go or leave to, and come back to us with a report if he's shadowed someone for long enough. The alternative is, of course, somehow, and I'm not saying how or it could happen, but maybe we get that medallion somehow. And Spencer can try to use it to trace down the origin, which would bring us straight to said Heliodromes.
You don't have the gift of honor, do you?
Who, me? Of course not. I'm honorable because I'm noble.
You probably should get the gift of overconfidence.
I've been thinking about it, trust me.
That would be a perfect gift for you. This involves me doing something, basically, is what you're telling me.
Right, and of course, which path you'd like to take on this, of course, is your choice, and I definitely don't know anything that you're doing, but I will presume your innocence.
Okay, let's say that you guys are all together and you are discussing this, and you actually told Vesper. Also, Vesper is waiting on the transcribing of the information that he got, so it's going to take a couple more days.
Well, I mean, I read the records personally, but transcribing them might prove valuable later. But hey, if we have to leave and do something sooner, we can.
Right, you also have the initial translations too, which I assume they're going to get to you as well, so...
Yeah.
So you're waiting on that. I have people I can talk to who I need to convince that the war is a worthy cause, that they should totally join my side because I'm really cool.
I just would like to point out to Gregory, if I am to procure a medallion from this shop, what am I replacing it with so they don't know it was procured?
I just literally give you that big shrug.
I'm gonna make it like some. Let me explain what really happened when he saw his mind. He saw his master, right? Because he's still an apprentice. He put it away and take it with him, as in, I don't want anybody to see me with this stuff, right? Which was curious. It was like, hey, literally the scene when his master was packing stuff hurriedly. There's the medallion. The cat puts it, like, oh, what's this? The master grabbed it from his hand, put it in a box, put it away, and away he went. And he was like, "Oh, this is shiny. This is interesting." Because he doesn't know anything about religion. He doesn't know anything about magic. So it was like just a shiny gold, pretty hefty gold piece that could fetch a lot of dinar, right? So it's like
maybe you could instead like go to the north gate, ask guards around there. It's like, hey, yesterday did you happen to see a trader go through who looked like this? That could be a possible point of inquiry then.
Yeah. Just for clarification, the medallion is not in the shop right now. It's supposedly in the hands of Luis.
Yeah.
In that box.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want. All right. So, well, I could do that as a quick inquiry, maybe.
Yeah.
And otherwise, I could. Yeah. Well, if he's not here, then I guess we'll have to ask C first, because if he's not in town, there's nobody to shadow. All right. I mean, if you want, I can go do that and ask the guards or things like that where he may have went.
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. What role would this be actually?
Inquiry. Well, it depends when you're approaching the guard. So you're approaching them while they are guard, or you're approaching them when they're like, you search wherever the cop bar is and you buy them drinks. And, depending on your approach. If you're going directly to the guard while they're on duty, it's one way. If you're trying to get them when their proverbial pounds are down, or literally if you go to the brothel.
Let me ask this: what would be the best way for me to use gossip instead of inquiry?
That would either go to the brothel or go to the cop bar, basically.
Okay. Hey, I've heard about this place where a lot of the I've heard about this place where all the guards are, so I think I can bring some people there and buy them a round or two.
Well, that sounds great.
I know, I have no inquiry either, so this will be fun.
So you can go and get some drinks, and I'll go get some drinks with some higher class people. It works out great.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I guess I'll do this. Esper, do you like drinks?
That's like asking a dying man if he likes water in the middle of the desert.
I'm just saying.
Inviting me? Well, you're not inviting me, are you?
Yeah.
Do you want to go? I like having holy wingmen.
On the one hand, it would help further the cause. On the other hand, I got ordained, so I'm allowed to review the secret sacerdotal manuscripts, so they don't allow the acolytes to look at.
Fair enough.
I'm at the Cathedral of Des Moines, the greatest library in the world. So when you say, "Hey, want to go hang out in whorehouses?" I'm just like, I have to just like pause, look at you.
I mean, it could be the brothel, or it could be like the bar. There's multiple places.
That's way better.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I will say this then. I hope you actually find what you're looking for in the cathedral.
Perhaps you would join me, as you might find what you're looking for here in the church as well.
Maybe later. How's that sound?
In the words of one of our favorite jokes about indulgences, here, hold on this 50,000. I'm gonna go kill someone. Well, I'll be praying for you.
I'm gonna need it. All right, I'll be back.
Okay. So you go there, and essentially this is a place where as guards come out of their shift, essentially again, especially when they're doing the day shift thing. As the day shift goes into the night shift, they end up going to this bar, this meadery.
I feel like I'm entering that scene in the movie Rounders where everybody gets beaten up with all the other prison guards and cops in there and all that stuff now. So I guess I go to the bar and I look. I guess first things first, we'll try and maybe do like an observation to see if I can find who was the guards that would be at like maybe the gates. Gate possibly would be probably the route they would take. So that's the first thing. And the atmosphere is creeping me out because I don't notice them at all. There's too many guards here, and I feel like, oh crap, they're gonna bust me on something, and I didn't even steal anything today.
So they're the people are talking. Besides, again, I mean, you newly acquired Calabrese is something's hard because people are talking with their own regional, their own accents, and they're getting drunk.
Oh
and
yeah.
on duty, and you're surrounded by cops. So the whole thing is just like, this is not the place I should be. But even though I am a cop myself, but not a cop here. So yeah.
I have no authority.
Wrong jurisdiction, motherfucker. Basically, that's the situation you're in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
maybe this is a bad idea. After 2 drinks, I'm gonna probably leave. Tip the bar.
You can still do the gossip thing, but yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try and do something else.
Okay.
All right, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to do something else. I'm actually gonna go back to Luis's curio shop.
Okay.
And first things first, I want to make sure nobody's watching me.
Important.
And can I throw a streetwise in?
Yes, you're gonna need it.
All right. That's good to know. My God. I'm just like walking down the street. I think that beer is really getting to my head because, man, I got a massive headache right now.
Jeez, do you have any specialty to reroll here?
Although I do remember this one time when I did walk down an alleyway when I was really younger. I was basically the pigeon. I was the one that was leading like the marks that we were trying to rob blind. And they would always show you where all the hidden spots would be in the alleyways. There's like little alcoves here, little belfries up there, especially depending on what species you're dealing with. So all that stuff does kind of jog in my memory as I flash back to that.
Okay.
God damn it. Well, I'm out of ideas.
Basically, you don't see anybody following you, and if they were following you, they probably didn't see you either, so nothing happened.
All right. I got lucky then.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. I'm near the house.
It's everyone's off day. Jeez.
Yeah. I'm near the curio shop.
It's a 2-story affair, so it's a shop at the bottom and a house up, whatever seems to be like a home up, the second floor. So
does Luis live in the second floor?
Apparently.
Oh, I know where I'm going then. I'm going to break into his house.
Okay.
I'm going to give one quick last glance to see if anybody's watching me, and I'm going to climb the building to find like a way to get in.
Okay.
And I do have climbing, and I have the fast climber gift, so you know. So would this be body speed and climbing? I'm just double checking. Body speed and climbing?
Yes.
All right. Let's see how this goes.
Wow.
Did it come up? I can't tell. Oh, yep. Two
okay.
successes.
Okay. Oh, those are good successes. Okay. Yeah. You're able to scramble up and find an open window and get in. The first thing you notice is that the place doesn't seem to be having tossed so much as when somebody's doing something very quickly and in a panic, right? And so you notice like the cupboards have been open, people have been searching, something like that. It doesn't look like somebody came in like from the window you came in. It doesn't sound like somebody broke in. So you don't see like tossed beds or like that, like somebody searching for something. It's more like, oh shit, I'm late for going to the airport, right? And I'm just gonna throw all my clothes in there and get out.
So the entire place is messy because of that. So he really left quick.
Oh, definitely left quick.
All right.
Do another inquiry.
Would searching actually be helpful?
Yes, search will be something that would be interesting. Yes.
Oh, good. I actually have dice in searching. Not the best, but this will do. So I guess this would be like a mind in searching.
Mm-hmm.
3
Well, that's-
4s.
yeah.
I'll take it. 3 successes.
Okay, you're searching, and one of the things you notice is that the embers of the cooking fire, right? The chimney is they're still warm, and I mean they're sort of put up, but it's still warm. So apparently somebody quickly, tried to put out the fire, and you see like a piece of parchment that's partially written, and it says in Calabrese, "We have tea," on a T. Actually, it's something like this.
We have tea.
We have a T, and then it sort of runs up. Like T is the first letter in a letter.
Yeah.
Not to steal the thunder here, but Duncan, can you read?
Yes, I do have literacy.
Oh, all right.
I'm a self-taught thief. So I'll have you know. Anyway.
And so apparently he got this message, tried to destroy it, but it was such in a hurry that was what's left, right? The handwriting doesn't look to be particularly, somebody from, just look more normal, like, somebody wrote it very quickly. In fact, kind of hard to read because it looks like somebody who, wrote it very quickly. When did he get this message? And this piece of parchment.
Here's a question, and this is a question that I think would actually tell me how I would say this. Does it look like something I would write with my chicken scratches, with my D4 academics, and my terrible literacy?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily look like, say, a high noble. You must have thought about carving it. But it certainly doesn't look like chicken scratches either.
Okay. Well,
somewhere
that's
somewhere in between.
Is there anything else in the room that looks interesting, or maybe would be like, I guess, like personal papers of his about transactions and things like that?
There's a copy. There's a small ledger, right? And you notice that there's a ledger talking about charcoal, parchment, and other things that are fire related, like how to build fires and stuff like that, like wood and stuff like that. Somebody who was basically building a bonfire or something. Very, 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 very strange.
Interesting. I'm going to I'm actually gonna just screw it. I'm going to rip out that page with the ledger and bring that with me as well. Anything else in the room?
No, I guess missing clothes. The bed is still messy, right? Again, signs of somebody who left in a hurry.
I guess, like, if I go downstairs, then I would be in the shop. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, do I really want to do this? Nah, I don't want to risk it. I'm already half drunk. I'm gonna leave. I'm going to take these 2 pieces of paper, the half-burnt one and the ledger. I'm going to then carefully climb out of the building. Again, first looking to see if anybody is outside before I do this.
Okay.
And we'll find out if it's actually a good roll. I got a 12 and a 6. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. You do notice that as a lookout of sorts is that another bat. But what you look like, it doesn't look like their lookout for this particular business, more like the street, right? Like they're casing the streets, is looking for marks.
Okay.
But apparently they haven't spotted you yet.
Okay. So then I'm going to stealthily climb out and try and go the other way without going in that alleyway that they are looking at, if that's at all possible.
True, that is. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, now this is going to be a complex roll. Give me a second. Because there's like 6 dice on this one.
Mm.
It's combining
Hey,
like 2 of my best skills at once. Did it go?
Yeah.
I didn't. I see it now. That's 5 successes. I think I'm good.
Yeah. In fact, we're gonna finish the session here by having Duncan sort of slip into the darkness, right, of the night, as he has this evidence of something that's happening. More clues on what's going on, but not still a complete picture. And sort of the camera pans out to see the lights of Triskelion as they illuminate the darkness, and and it owns on the people of the Nocturnals. So with that, we are finished in this session. As you continue the investigation into the fanciful tablets and gain more information about the current situation here that might help you
Hooray!
in the future. So
We did it, everybody.
Let's go to the closing of the session. And the session. So let's start with the briefing, shall we? I think this is going to be very interesting.
So much intrigue.
Yes. Well, we got
It's the best
introduced into it, and I think we at least have a starting point now, so that's good. We don't seem like we're on an explicit time limit yet, except for maybe this person who might be going somewhere, so...
Well, except for the fact that they might cast a spell that destroys the entire Isles.
Right, but we're already like, what did you say, like a month boat ride out? How long did it take for us to get there? Yeah, so,
Well,
that's a longer term thing where it's like we're not pressed to do it within the next hour, is what I mean.
Well, I think now that we're here in Calabria,
we're safe.
No, well, yeah, we're safe in case the Isles sink. But more to the point, if we think this is where the trouble is, we need to rooting for that. But once again, the part of the debriefing, once again, I always appreciate how it feels like this is a world that has rules that make sense and has people in it that know some things but not others, which makes intrigue like this possible. If a lot of this was just, evil wizard shows up and can cast a spell that does everything, there's nothing to solve. You just, because we couldn't figure it out. But I'm getting the feeling here we have more and more tools to work with this. And so, that's what I always say. That's what I enjoy about this.
Anyone else?
Sorry for forcing a new mystery on trying to figure out what that jade statue is all about.
No, that's fine. I was just, to be honest, that was just a piece of the background. It's like, okay, this person deals in curious, and we discussed where the Isles were relative to Calabria. So it's like, okay, they probably they're getting stuff from there as well, right? So
Oh no, I love that kind of detail, but I always I got this tendency to tend to, like, when something's like described to me, it's like, oh, that probably could be important later, or we can use it later. So at least for Duncan's mindset, that entire jade statue, just because it looks expensive and might be real and valuable and whatnot, that's a bargaining chip down the line if we need it. Or
it is valuable.
Well, yes, but like to a very specific person, like maybe Lady Vash. Although the fact that those two work together, it seems like that's not necessarily an avenue, possibly. But who knows?
I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
Why did those nobles wall off the quarry again?
You mean back in the first session?
Yeah.
Because the druids told them to.
That was it?
Because ley lines.
That was the entire thing? Okay, I thought we uncovered more about that or something.
Well, they walled off because that was one of the ley lines we're going through, and they did it. And the thing is that they wanted to protect the ley line because that's part of the earth magic goddess thing that is embedded in the Isles, which is connected to the magic that originally sunk the island.
And if you disconnect the ley line, we got to plug it back in. So
Yeah.
Right, but there was also the weird resource that they were harvesting somewhere else that we thought was around that area.
Well, it was iron. It was an iron mine. That's all they had.
All right. Sorry, this is how Harmon's mind works. Because this is how my mind works.
It's all good. It's all good.
I've caught back up on the first session. I'll reach you guys in 30 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's been that long?
I have no idea.
It's been a while.
Okay.
But at either rate, so we do have like all of our ducks in a row. We got like stuff to go out on, I think. It's gonna be hard to like figure out like which exact disparate group somewhere to the north of the city and where exactly they are. That seems like it's gonna take like a lot of information, but the like side goal here of like convince nobles to assist the war, it's like, or not interfere. That's like very easy, but like that was actually a good way to like introduce it, I think.
Okay, so we move on to the next point, which is experience for role playing the motto.
Yeah,
I think everybody got their thing. And particularly, we had our brother Vesper, who went and did his benedictions.
Practical faith.
We of course have our resident cognoscenti, who of course went to school. We have our noble, who kavish and talk his way through things. Duncan claiming, into and out of doing second story work, and of course, one of the reasons why we now introduced a family member, Harmon's, and did not want to challenge Harmon directly is because he was intimidated by his reputation. He could make all the faces he wanted, but no way in hell was he's going to actually say anything to Harmon. Yeah. I think everybody can mark that up as experience as well. And give for accomplishing a goal. Well, you haven't accomplished a goal yet. That's let's make it clear. You're on your way. You're working your way to accomplish a goal.
Oh, when you guys weren't paying attention, I killed Luke. So goal accomplished.
Good job.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Were you his father?
Bring back that old joke.
Gives us plenty of time to go back home and sink the Isles ourselves now.
Nah, just
Do we have any new goals?
Find out where the well, that's sort of part of your investigation. So no, I don't think you have any.
Here's one. The convince the nobles sort of goal.
Yeah, that's
because that is actually something we have been tasked with.
Yes.
What's the goal?
Something that convincing nobles to help you and hinder the enemy, basically.
Right,
help the crown. Help the crown hinder the usurper.
Mm-hmm.
I think next time you'll probably have a couple of goals, and maybe you're going to accomplish all at once, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So, I think this is time for shoutouts. Who wants to start?
Oh, well, sanguinegames.com. We're the ones who make Ironclaw. Thank you again for your support on Book of Corals, which will be coming out like real soon now. And we also make other stuff.
Yeah.
I run this game, of course, every Sunday, and I am trying to get back to streaming. Probably start streaming tomorrow night. A little bit of Stardew Valley until the pieces of my new computer come together, so I can actually have a new computer. So yeah, playing low energy, easy, mellow games.
Just nice and relaxed. Don't burst into flames.
And if you really want to support me as a streamer, you can also buy my book, Night and Stars, over at Amazon.com on Kindle. So if you have a Kindle available, just 99 cents. Gives you a good little collection of speculative fiction stories, science fiction, a little bit of horror, and of course fantasy. Gregory?
Hey everybody, I'm Griffin, and over there's Theta, and we run this channel, and oh boy, we got a line of things for you. Coming up next is board games. We're all going to play Secret Hitler, and someone is going to be it. And we have to find them first. So come and join us on that for some fun and intrigue, especially if you like this. Of course. Yep, and feel free to join us Sundays and Wednesdays. Sundays we have Hackmaster, Ironclaw board games, and upcoming we're going to try doing a Cyberpunk one-shot with the new rule set that's coming out. And on Wednesdays, we have nothing in the morning right now, but we will eventually. We have Myriad Song, and then we have Zweihander. Yes, and I did that all, and I didn't accidentally forget these things literally every week.
I love that advertising. If you like Ironclaw, you'll love Hitler.
Hey, it's a secret.
If you all like Hitler, like, comment, and subscribe. Wait, no, please don't.
It's a secret to everybody.
Never let the fascists win.
I mean, if you want to follow that association, it's like 2 weeks ago. It was what, if you like Ironclaw, you like ink and gold.
Robert, I think you are a writer as well. So what do you got for us?
Well, I pretend to be one at least. No, in all seriousness, I do some writing for the website techraptor.net. I actually just got a new position there as the culture writer for all things video games and stuff, which means I'm now reporting on charities, which is great, and virtual tours of museums in Doom 2, which is awesome.
Nice.
Very cool.
It is cool, and it's actually been quite fun, and I'm enjoying it because we need more like positivity and all that stuff with the gaming culture, I would argue.
Nothing says positivity like Doom.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Rip and tear.
Who can object to a news story about the video game museum creating a recreation of their museum in Doom 2?
That's awesome.
Enjoy the tour until it is done.
And the enemies are optional too. In all seriousness, so that's mostly what I do. I do a lot of writing. I also helped Norman once write a supplement book for Myriad Song. That was a long time ago now, feels like. And most of my stuff is found on that website, techraptor.net. So please, if you like looking for news, reviews, previews, interviews, editorials, or just general like stuff about video games and board games and tabletop games, you can check out there.
And last but not least, Floyd.
Yes, I am Ark Lloyd. I don't do anything special like everybody else. I just run a play-by-post game of Ironclaw that is going through the first adventure. I've kind of didn't want to burn out on it, so I'm only going to be running it to the end of the first adventure, and then someone else will be taking over. So it should be interesting. I'll be playing the game instead of just running it.
Always good. So that's I'm gonna say that wants to back whatever Griffin was saying.
I guess the best thing to end off that with is, hey everyone, follow, subscribe, do the things, press the like button. We don't know which social media we're going on or exist in the future. Use that future social media and complete your mind share, and we'll catch you all next time.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you for